Nothing. So I looked at my test results today on the 23andMe,
Mm-mm.
and I have family on there.
What?
Good morning, everybody. At least for me, I just woke up and I'm about to open my Ancestry DNA test results. I'm very, very excited. My sister bought the kit for me for my birthday, and it was like the most perfect birthday gift ever because I've been wanting to do it for a while now. I just haven't for some reason. But a little backstory, of course, growing up with an African American background, you can only trace your history back so far. And so we've always talked about how cool it would be to know exactly where our ancestors came from, where they originated, just know a little bit more about ourselves and our history, our family, all that jazz. And so I'm very, very excited about that. I remember when I was younger, I would talk to my grandma about, her history, my grandfather too, but my grandma was always kind of like, are you like, what exactly are you? What ethnicities are all in there? And yeah, I just thought it would be cool. And I remember asking her things like that, and she would say, I couldn't necessarily ask my grandparents, what are you and what's your ethnic background and things like that. It just wasn't a socially acceptable question for children to ask their elders. And so we couldn't get much information. And I'm excited to finally be able to open that door and see everything. Yeah, I just thought it would be really cool. But other than that, you all may not know, I was raised in a single parent household. Part of my story is my mom was amazing, super hardworking woman, but I never met my dad. I'm not even for sure certain on his full name. And so I've never met him. I don't remember having any contact with him. Maybe I did when I was really young, but I have no recollection of it at all. I couldn't point him out in a lineup, anything like that. And I remember when I was really, really young, it bothered me up until I was about maybe like 9. And I just remember feeling like, how can you have a kid and abandon it? How could you know that you created a person and you walk away from that person? Like, I just couldn't understand it. And just going through a lot of things, looking around like, why me? Why did this happen to me? What was wrong with me? And knowing like my family all had this central house, my grandparents' house. Everyone would go over there. They would visit. It's where we spent a lot of time in our childhood. And so I knew that he knew where my grandparents' house was. And so that meant that he knew how to find me. And so I battled with that when I was really young. But like my mom, I don't know, life just kind of made me into a tough cookie. And so until about the age of 9, I just kind of was like, I don't care no more. And I probably need therapy or something. I don't know. But I literally I stopped thinking about it. I stopped harping on it. I stopped blaming myself. And I decided, okay, my mom is an amazing woman and she is killing it out here in these streets. And I'm just going to focus on that and building something better. At that time, it was like education, education, education. Go and get educated so you can get a good career so that you can get out of this mess and build a better life for yourself. And I mean, in elementary school, I was thinking like that. So it's just something that I never really harped on again. But now with me being married, my husband's at work. Now, recently being married, and thinking about, having kids in the future and family planning for whenever we do decide to try, and thinking about the type of father that my husband's going to be. And then also my husband comes from a 2-parent household and he has absolutely amazing parents. This past weekend, we just spent like the whole day with his dad for Father's Day. And it's just like fatherhood is all around me now, especially like with the church that I go to. They really hone in on fatherhood too. And so I'm just like constantly hearing it. And so it's not that I'm necessarily thinking about my father, but thinking about fatherhood in general and the type of father that my husband's going to be to our kids someday, and how they'll know both sides. They'll know, his mother and his father, but I don't have that to give them. And it's kind of like a blank slate there. And not that I felt like I missed out on anything. Like, I feel like my life turned out fine. It turned out great, actually. But yeah, just kind of thinking about those things now. And my really, really good friend, she got her husband an Ancestry DNA test. And he actually found his entire family on there. And so I was like, wow, like, what if I do this test and I find some people? And it's so crazy. So my results came back after about 2.5 weeks. And so I think it was Saturday, the results came back. And then on Sunday, it sent me a message saying that someone has tried to connect with me on there. And I'm like, why are you trying to connect? Like, do we have the same DNA? Like, what's going on? So I'm excited to find out all the things. Really, really excited, and have my hopes up for finding out, like, just my my ethnic background and things like that. So, but yeah, you never know. So I'm excited. I'm gonna hop in. I'm about to go grab myself a cup of coffee. Today it's a pretty busy day. My husband and I are actually a part of a team that's hosting an event for the young adults at our church, and I'm so excited about that. So that event is tonight, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to go into further detail about just serving in church and, you know, what ministry is looking like for me right now. Is kind of amazing because I love the online things that I've been able to do and how I've been able to reach people with videos. But the fact that, like, I'm now working with young adults in person, I'm like, and today's our first event. So pray for us, y'all. It'll probably be over by the time that y'all see this video, but still. So this is the email. It says, your reports are ready. So I'm about to click and open everything up. Now I'm like, okay, what was my information? Oh, okay. So the first page, it just says, let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. It just says, it's time to learn about your DNA. This is 23andMe, y'all. This is not even Ancestry DNA. What was I talking about? All right, we are going to scroll through my reports. I am ready. Okay, so we are going to scroll through and see my report. Looks very, very colorful. So I am 75% Sub-Saharan African, as you can see there, which is not surprising. West African, 66.9% West African, 32.5% Nigerian, 20.4% Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leonean. Ooh, okay, I don't even know how to. Senegambian and Guinean, 6.9%, and broadly West African. I'm surprised that they can narrow that down so much. So it looks like it's like a really spread out mix. So mainly Nigerian. Okay. And then like half everything else. The Congolese and Southeast African, 5.9%. Angolan and Congolese, 5.1%. Southern East African, barely any. Broadly Congolese and Southern East African, barely any. African hunter-gatherer. And I'm like, what does hunter-gatherer mean? Like, okay. I'm going to need to like look into these things a bit more. Somali, 0.2. So mainly West African. And then 23.5% European, Northwestern European, British, Irish, French and German, broadly Northwestern European. And I wish I knew the story behind this. Yeah, because I automatically think like the worst. Like, oh, someone was raped or abused, and that may not be the story, but that's automatically what I think. So yeah. And then scrolling down, I'm actually really surprised by this. East Asian and Indigenous American 1.7%. Indigenous American 1.2%. Chinese and South Asian 0.5%. Indonesian, Thai. Ooh, I'm not even gonna go there. Oh wow, that's pretty crazy. So I was thinking that the East Asian would be a lot higher because I don't know. I was just thinking that I'm kind of surprised by that. So yeah, this is interesting. Okay, now I would love to look at family and friends. So here we go, y'all. Once you submit everything on here, if anyone in your family has submitted something as well, if you have matching DNA, they tell you. And so, whoa, let's see. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know. Oh, let's just look at. Okay, I filled everything out. I clicked on view relatives. Wow. Okay, there are actually people in here showing 15. Oh my. So this uncle, I see an uncle, and I don't recognize that name, and we share 23% of our DNA. And so, oh my gosh. This is crazy. I see an uncle. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm gonna reach out to this person and we will see what happens. I don't really know what I don't feel anything right now. I don't feel like excitement or joy. More just like anxiety of what they may possibly say, or if this is even right. Like, I don't know what I'm feeling. I want to call my husband and tell him that I saw this. This is crazy. This is so crazy. I need to call my sister too.
Hello?
Hey, you busy?
What's wrong?
Nothing. So I looked at my test results today on the 23andMe, and I have family on there.
What?
Like, my uncle is on there. Like he's 25% of like my DNA is shared with him. It has to be like my dad's brother.
It has to be.
Is this not crazy?
That is crazy.